Welcome to the case summary for Valkenburgh versus Lutz on 4lawnotes.com. This is an adverse possession case where the plaintiff landowners purchased the subject property from the city in 1947, and they brought action against the neighbors to remove structures and debris. The neighbors had owned the neighboring property since 1912 and had been using that property since that time. So they brought an easement action by adverse possession as a counterclaim against the plaintiffs and won that action. And then after that, they asserted an adverse possession to claim title to the property. The issue is whether the neighbors met the elements of adverse possession to claim title, where their garage was encroaching on the property by a few inches, where they were gardening a portion of the property, and where they were discarding scraps from building projects on the property. So the court held that there were crucial elements that were not met in this adverse possession claim. First of all, the whole premises were not claimed. Only a small portion of the premises was being used for the neighbor's garden, as well as a small storage shed and to dispose of some rubbish onto the property. So the claim would not extend to the entire piece of property. Secondly, the claim was not hostile because the garage only encroached the property by a few inches, and it was an unintentional encroachment. Also, this claim could not be considered hostile because the time that would have been appropriate for the neighbor to have brought an adverse possession claim for the title of the property would have been at the time that they only brought an easement claim on the property by adverse possession. But instead they chose only to bring an easement claim at that time, and then later brought the claim for adverse possession for the title of the property. And then finally, littering the property could not be deemed improvement that would make the possession notorious. And that concludes this case summary for Valkenburgh versus Lutz on 4lawnotes.com.